If the thought of an exercise routine seems daunting, this is for you. VILPA stands for Vigorous Intermittent Lifestyle Physical Activity. Please take note, as throughout the video I will keep referring to it as VILPA. It's a form of physical activity that involves short bursts of high-intensity exercise interspersed throughout the day. It's a great way to sneak exercise into your daily routine, and it's different from traditional exercise in that it doesn't require a dedicated workout session. Before we continue looking into much more information on VILPA, please hit that like button and remember to subscribe if you haven't. VILPA appeals to many people because, instead of spending 30 minutes at the gym, you spend 1 to 2 minutes doing a full-on vigorous activity 3 or 4 times a day. These activities can include vigorously scrubbing the toilet or dishes, running up and down the stairs or sprinting while walking the dog. It may not sound like much, but the benefits of VILPA can be profound. In fact, one study showed doing 1-minute VILPA bursts 3 to 4 times a day resulted in a 40% reduction in all-cause and cancer-related mortality and up to a 49% reduction in death related to cardiovascular disease. A new study has found even more heart benefits to these tiny, daily bursts of vigorous physical activity, particularly for women. Researchers at the University of Sydney examined data from 22,368 UK Biobank participants ages 40 to 79 who reported they did not engage in regular structured exercise. The participants wore physical activity trackers for almost 24 hours a day for 7 days between 2013 and 2015. Cardiovascular health was monitored using hospital and mortality records, and significant adverse cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke and heart failure were tracked until November 2022. The study defined physical as incidental activities such as carrying shopping bags or briefly power walking, and exercise as a structured activity like going to the gym or playing sports. After adjusting for factors such as lifestyle, socioeconomic position, cardiovascular health, coexisting conditions and ethnicity, the researchers found the more VILPA women did, the lower their risk of a major cardiovascular event. Women who averaged 3.4 minutes of VILPA daily slashed their risk of a major cardiovascular event by 45%. They also were 51% less likely to have a heart attack and 67% less likely to develop heart failure than women who did no VILPA. Even when the women did less than 3.4 minutes of daily VILPA, they still saw benefits. A minimum of 1.2 to 1.6 minutes of VILPA each day was linked to a 30% lower risk of total major cardiovascular events, a 33% lower risk of heart attack and a 40% lower risk of heart failure. Unfortunately, the news wasn't nearly as good for men. Those who averaged 5.6 minutes of VILPA daily were only 16% less likely to experience a major cardiovascular event compared with men who did none. A minimum of 2.3 minutes a day showed only an 11% risk reduction. Given that fewer than 20% of middle-aged or older adults engage in regular structured exercise, VILPA could be a good alternative. Making short bursts of vigorous physical activity a lifestyle habit could be a promising option for women who are not keen on structured exercise or are unable to do it for any reason, says lead author Emmanuel Stamatakis, a professor at the University of Sydney. As a starting point, it could be as simple as incorporating, throughout the day, a few minutes of activities like stair climbing, carrying shopping, uphill walking, playing tag with a child or pet or power walking. Stamatakis notes that more testing is needed to understand how VILPA may improve cardiovascular health. To date, it hasn't been clear whether short bursts of VILPA lower the risk of specific types of cardiovascular events, like heart attack or stroke, he says. We aim to identify minimum daily thresholds and feasible amounts for testing in community programs and future trials. Stamatakis emphasizes that the beneficial associations observed in the study were observed in women who committed to VILPA almost daily. This highlights the importance of habit formation, which is not always easy, he says. Finally, VILPA should not be seen as a quick fix. There are no magic bullets for health. But the results show that even a little bit higher intensity activity can help and might be just the thing to help people develop a regular physical activity, or even exercise habit. So that's the video for today, and hopefully you have learned a thing or two. Please don't forget to leave me a like, Share the video with your friends and subscribe. See you next time.